Hi Aquarius, welcome to your week ahead tarot with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, share and hit that subscribe button. If you are already a continued subby, thank you so much for all of your continued support. It truly means the world. If you would like to book a personal tarot reading with me, you can do so on the website address below. And if you haven't seen it yet, your 2019 forecast is up and out there for your viewing pleasure. So with that said, I would like to bless all of my cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help us on our paths to our highest vibrational good. And I say us because, as many of you know by now, I am a sun sign Aquarius. So let's see, what are we working, or rather what are we letting go of? What are we working out or phasing out of our lifescapes or our experience? And this week we get the King of Wands. So this need to constantly be at the forefront and constantly be doing, and it actually feels to me like this is a week where we're going to be seeking to unplug. The King of Wands is all about action, right? It's about being at the forefront and doing things you know, in a big way, in a very visible way. And it kind of feels, because this is what we're letting go of, this is about our need to kind of step back, to do some stuff behind the scenes, to close things off, to you know, to not be so visible or not to be so communicative. And that's not to say that you have to disappear or you have to shut the world out, but it does feel to me this week like we're looking to unplug. You're looking to sort of maybe not be so present on social media, maybe not check your phone every 5 minutes, maybe not be so responsive to emails and text messages. And that's not for the sake of being mean or whatever, it's just about self-preservation. It's kind of like saying, you know what, I'm going to preserve my energy this week and I'm going to relax a bit. I don't need to constantly be, you know, out there talking, doing. Whereas, you know, like if you unplug, it gives you a time to allow your mind to still, it gives you a time to reconnect with your center, and also it gives you the space to hear your internal voice. You know, if you've always got information and stimulus coming at you, it's very hard to be present on an internal level. And I kind of feel like what we're letting go of this week is this need to constantly be jacked in and turned on and, you know, reacting and responding to everything. So what are we working on this week? What is the meat of the matter? The Seven of Swords. So interesting then that we're pulling back slightly. I think what we're working on this week is probably this ability that we have to see through people. And I think, you know, especially with some of the stuff that's coming up on social media or some of the stuff that's going on in the world, I think a lot of us, you know, the Seven of Swords is not a great card. It's about lies, it's about deceit, it's about twisted communication. And I think what we're working on this week is pulling back so that we can see, am I feeding into that? Am I a part of that problem that I say is a problem in the world? Am I, you know, this is about you looking at your personal style of communication and interaction and asking yourself, am I doing it right? You know, and it's always good to question yourself like that. It's always good to, you know, to say to yourself, like, for, you know, am I being duplicitous? Am I saying one thing and doing another? Am I living my truth? Am I being authentic to myself? Am I standing up for what I believe in? Or am I being paradoxical? And we all are in some way, shape or form, but it's always good to check in with yourself like that. And if you're letting go of this constant, you know, need to be jacked into everything and responding and emails and text messages and constant stimulus, if you let go of that and you're still enough, you can really process and look at your own style of communication and what's happening in your life. And when you slow down, no matter how much everything around you speeds up, you can respond to it in good time. Because, and you, not only that, you can respond to it in an authentic manner as well. You know, it's always a good thing to check yourself. I really believe that, you know, I do it quite often and I try to make that a thing, you know, before I just shoot off on a comment or something. I try to think about, okay, you know, am I doing that in the right way? Am I saying what I really feel, or am I just reacting? You know, what place am I really coming from with that communication? So what are we welcoming in this week? The World card. Beautiful. I think we got this last week as well, which I absolutely love, because the World card is basically saying that we master up, we level up. And by really checking in with ourselves and saying to ourselves, okay, you know what, am I being authentic? Am I being authentic in the world? Am I being authentic to myself, of myself, about myself? This really helps you. It's going to help us master the ability to spot this stuff in other people as well. So although we're getting more discerning about how we're doing our communication and what we're talking about, the world card will see us really being able to spot in other people, is that somebody that I want to interact with? Is that the sort of person that I really still want in my life, in my lifescape, in my space? The world card is basically saying to you, what are you ready at, what and who are you ready to phase out now? Because that's the, you know, we're getting not just to the end of the year, but to the end of a specific cycle, as you will have seen in your monthly videos as well. So I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Aquarius, have an amazing week, and I'll see you very soon for more videos. Take care.